Hi Cancer, welcome to your reading. This is the reading for Cancer Sun, Moon and Rising for January 2021. And Cancer already got your cards in the pre-shuffle, so we can jump straight to your reading. So the first card that we have is your energy. How are you entering January 2021? And we have the 8 of Cups. Okay, the 8 of Water. So leaving something behind, moving forward, leaving something that was once very important for you, but that you need, you need to leave behind if you're going somewhere else. If you're going towards something that brings much more fulfillment to you, something that is more important right now, going to that next step, going to that next cycle, that next phase. If you want to move forward, if you want to accomplish that, then you know you need to leave something behind. You know that you need to accept something that came to an end. So you start January 2021 with that energy, the energy of there is a bit of sadness because this is something that you did value for a long time, but at the same time there is acceptance, surrendering to the situation, because you know where you want to go, and to go there you just can't drag that behind you. And then we have the environment card, so the card that represents either people or situations or things around you. And we have the 8 of Air, which is the 8 of Swords. So it's interesting here, Cancer, because first we got two 8s, 8 of Water and 8 of Air as the environment. And the 8 of Air is a card of feeling trapped, is a card of feeling like whatever you do, you just can't find yourself out of that situation. But in the 8 of Cups, you are finding yourself out of that situation. You are choosing to release yourself. So I wonder if by you choosing to release yourself, people around you, either because they are afraid or whatever it is, it's like they don't understand. They don't understand how you're moving on, how you're moving away. Because if they are still trapped in that energy, then you should be as well. Or maybe it's not that they are still trapped in that energy. Maybe these people, they have nothing to do with you, but it's just that what you're doing defies their sense of normality, you know? So for instance, as an example, let's say if your family grew up in a town and your whole family always grew up and lived in that town, and they just don't see how someone would want to live that place, right? We do have that. We have some families like that. And then people are just a bit close-minded. They think, no, there's no reason to leave this place. I love here. Why is it bad for you? But it's not that it's bad, it's just that you want other things. You want to leave that place. You want to move towards something else. And then people might not understand that. And that doesn't make them bad. It's not that they are bad people. It's just that they are okay with living in that situation. That's a sense of normality that for them, they grew up with, they are used to. And when someone steps out of it, it's weird for them. So they might not understand it. And you might feel a bit disconnected from your environment because of that. Because your environment is about being trapped, being limited. And you, in your energy, you're like, no, I don't want to be limited. I want to move on. I want to go towards new things. So I think that right now you might be feeling a bit disconnected from your environment, from the people close to you, the people around you because of that. And as I say this, I think that this makes a lot of sense, because as I talked about I also mentioned this with the other zodiacs. Mars is now leaving Aries and moving into Taurus in January, and Taurus is your natural 11th house. So your 11th house is about your goals, your aspirations. It's like the star card. So what do you want? Where do you want to walk towards? What do you want to work towards? So with Mars going in there, I think that a lot of your energy, your focus is, what do I want to accomplish? What are my dreams? What are my goals? And if the environment isn't conducive to that. If the environment doesn't understand your choices, then you might feel very disconnected from it. And we got the Ten of Wands in the reverse, the Knight of Cups in the reverse, the King of Swords, the Four of Wands in the reverse, the Nine of Pentacles right in the middle, I like it, and the Strength. Okay, that's really good. The Fool, the Nine of Swords, and the Five of Cups in the reverse. Okay, this is good. I like this reading for you. So in the first row, we start here with the Ten of Wands in the reverse and the Knight of Cups in the reverse as well. And I find this interesting because with the Ten of Wands in the reverse, there is a burden that you are releasing. There's something that has been waiting on your shoulders that you are leaving behind, which goes very well with the Eight of Cups that we talked about in here, right? So there is a burden that you are releasing yourself from. And something that maybe at some point you were very willing to walk towards. There was either something that you saw a lot of emotional fulfillment coming from it, and you were marching, you and your horse, you were walking towards it, but then you decided, but this is adding so much burden to me that I'm taking this back. I'd rather not go in that direction anymore. I'd rather take back my cup. I'm not offering it anymore because there's just so much stress, so much weight attached to it. And then you decide to be your own king, the King of Swords. And it's interesting here because with the Knight of Cups in the reverse, when the Knight of Cups is upright, he is being led by his emotions. It's a place that feels good and he's marching towards it because it feels good. But with the King of Swords, and you choosing to be the King of Swords, you choose to be more practical minded, to be more rational. Okay, it might feel good, but does it align with my goals? Does it align with where I'm going? Because also the King of Swords is a card of Aquarius. And Aquarius rules the 11th house, and we have Mars going in there right now. So my energy is focused on what I know rationally that I want. And it's not just by rationalizing what is better for me, but it's really, what do I want? Where do I want to go? It's not about what feels good in the moment, it's about what I want in the long term. What will make me happy in the long run? And putting my energy in that. And we see the same thing going here. Because with the Four of Wands in the reverse, I think that, and the Four of Wands is a very social card for me. You can see that there are two people here. So instead of being with someone, that didn't go very well for you, right? So your choice here is to be your own person, is to walk towards your independence, your own abundance. And by this person here, it doesn't need to be a romantic person. Maybe this was a job, for instance, working in a company, working with other people, and it didn't work out for you, and you decide to be your own boss. You decide to open your own business here. Or maybe this was a family whose beliefs were not aligned with yours, and then you decide to have your own beliefs, to be your own person. And this could also be a romantic situation, just something that romantically didn't work well in the past, and you decide to move on by yourself, to be alone for a while, and to find your inner strength, your own strength. So I think that this reading here for you is very powerful, and it shows a lot of you being alone right now, you being by yourself. We actually see that in the whole reading. So we see that with the Eight of Cups there, with the King of Swords, with the Fool down here, with the Strength, with the Nine of Pentacles. I think that working with people, trying to work with them in the past just didn't work for you because your ideas, your beliefs, they were just not aligned. They were not the same. They were not conducive. There was something here that wasn't compatible. And it's important to know how to work in a team with other people, but I think that right now you're choosing to do it alone. And it is not easy for you to move from it, because the Eight of Water is not an easy card. The Eight of Cups is not an easy card. It's something you really do need to leave behind, something that was good to you, that felt good, that was important. But you choose to go on your own. And we see that here also with the Fool. And again, what I just said, it doesn't come easy. Because at the same time that you are the Fool here, and you are jumping from that cliff, you're just going on your own with your bag here, with your small bag and your dog. That's all you need. It's just you. It's scary. It's super scary with the Nine of Swords, and it does keep you awake at night. Maybe not literally. For some of you, could be literally. But it is something that it is on your mind. It scares you. It makes you stressed, and still you're doing it anyway. With the Eight of Water, it scares you, but you're doing it anyway. And I think that what's harder here for you is that the environment is the Eight of Air. So the people around you, I have a feeling that people around you aren't being completely supportive of your choices right now. And I think that maybe that's one more reason why you need to do it on your own anyway. You need to believe on yourself and embark on this full journey by yourself. And you know that the full journey is not easy, right? You will meet all those characters along the tarot. You will meet everybody, and you will go through many passages and tests. But with the Fool here, you have a lot of belief in yourself. And I like that you have the Five of Cups in the reverse here, because even though it scares you, you're not letting it hold you back. It's like, it scares me, but I'm not gonna spend a lot of time mourning it. So let's take a look at your animal spirit cards, and I am getting only one for each zodiac, but actually you got two. Another zodiac also got two. So when I pulled, so these are energies that for you to be aware of, and energies that you should embody during this cycle, okay? So during January 2021. And we have the dolphin and the crocodile. So the dolphin and the crocodile. And I'm gonna start with the crocodile, because the crocodile, he's a very solitary energy here, very solitary, and he waits for the right moment. The crocodile, he doesn't spend energy. All reptiles, right? Like they don't waste energy. So they lay down and they wait for the right moment. They sit still, and then when the right moment comes, then they attack. So I see that here. Because also with the King of Swords, this is a very mental, very strategic energy that you are embodying here. So this is an energy that you need to continue embodying in 2021 January. And then we have the dolphin. And I find it very interesting with the dolphin here is that the dolphin personality, he's very cheerful, he's very happy, and he brings a lot of happiness and healing for those around him, but he might not always be aware of that. And I think that maybe that's why this environment is feeling a bit scared, because I think that you do bring a lot of happiness for those around you, and maybe they see you moving on and going to some other place, maybe changing countries, maybe moving somewhere else, whatever it is, and that scares them. Because I do think that these people, they like to be around your energy, and not in a bad way, in a good way. I think that they really enjoy, because you do have this energy of bringing happiness, of bringing abundance to those around you. So it makes it hard for them to see you wanting to be by yourself right now, to see you wanting to move alone. Okay, so let's take a look. I want to do I want to get some more information here for these rows. And I need to watch my camera because I see that the battery is almost ending. So I hope it doesn't end before I finish this video. So what I want to do here is I want to take a better look at each row, get some extra information or some lessons for each row. Okay. So first we got the Page of Pentacles. And so the Page of Pentacles is the Lynx, and he came here in this first row. But I don't know if you can see the image. It's a very different card. This is from the Wildwood Tarot, and the imagery is very different. So this for me looks, yeah, he looks very, it looks like a very stealthy energy. It reminds me of the crocodile. Because the lynx, so I'm not gonna talk about the regular meaning of the Page of Stones here, because what's calling my attention is really this lynx. So he's very stealth. He waits for the right moment to attack, just like the crocodile. So it shows me that, especially with that King of Swords there, that indeed you're being very strategical. You're trying not to make decisions on the go. You're trying not to act on an impulse. You're trying to really measure the situation and everything going around you. And I think that this is something that you should indeed do here. Because especially you being a water sign, I think that this is asking you to be more practical, more rational. Okay, so we got the Eight of Arrows, which is the Eight of Swords, and struggle. So being trapped, feeling trapped. So I think that even though you are embodying this energy of the Nine of Pentacles and the strength, there are moments in which you still feel trapped, you still feel scared, which is something that we saw with the Nine of Swords here, down here, right? So it's important to really connect with this strength energy. Because I think that this lion here is a representation of your fears. And this is a card of fears. This is a card of feeling trapped, of feeling fearful, because everything is attacking you all around you. And actually we got the Eight of Swords here, right? Yeah, this is the card that we got in your environment as well. So when you have fear, and when other people around you have fear as well, you need to tame these fears. Close the mouth of the lion here with the strength. Let's see the last row. Okay, and then we got the Queen of Bows, which is the Queen of Wands. So another alone card, you know, another lonely energy, but not a lonely in a sad way, lonely in a self-sufficient way, of being powerful on your own, of being enough on your own. So I think that everything tells me here that this is indeed a moment for you to rely on yourself only. Even if people around you are not being very supportive of that. You need to rely on your own judgment, on your own choices. So I want to get some oracle cards for you. And also having a lot of confidence, because the Queen of Wands is very confident. It's the most confident queen. She's very confident in her power and in her choices. Oops, no, not yet. Okay. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. So for me, it talks about not letting that fear stop you again, you know, both yours and the fear of the collective, fear of the people around you who are just not comfortable with the choices that you are making for yourself right now, the choices of being on your own, of not listening to them, of not depending on them. of trusting yourself, your own intuition, your own intellect. Actually, it's a mixture of intellect and intuition, because we have both the King of Swords, but we also have the Queen of Wands, which is very intuitive. She's a fire queen, and fire signs are all very intuitive. It's that first spark of intuition. Let's see what else we have for you. New life. Wow. You really can't make this up, right? This is awesome. So, new life, what did I say with that Eight of Cups right in the beginning? Yeah. You're moving towards that new life. You're really building something here for yourself, and you need to trust yourself in this process, because only you know what your goals are. I love this. And sorry, Cancer, my battery died. So, but continuing, I wanted to get just one last card for you. I wanted to get one from this one. Power. So this is the card that we got for you. Power. And it looks a lot like the Ace of Wands here. So yeah, I think that you are stepping into a very powerful year for you, Cancer, 2021. And it makes a lot of sense, because I mean, all these conjunctions have been happening in your 7th house, so it's been affecting your 1st house directly, right? Because the 1st and the 7th house are the main houses that connect with us. The 7th house is our shadow self, so it's also very connected with us, but we tend to project onto others. We don't always see them. So with all these big conjunctions happening in Capricorn in your 7th house, they have been affecting you personally very strongly. And besides that, the nodes have been in Capricorn and Cancer for a while. Now they moved to Sagittarius and Gemini, but they have been in Cancer and Capricorn for a long time. So all the solar and lunar eclipses this year and last year that have been happening in your sign or in Capricorn. And so a lot of transformation going on for you. So it makes sense that now you start 2021 much more powerful, much stronger, because you've been going through a lot of changes here. So yeah, there's a big new life coming into you. I'm curious to see what the other months will be for you as well, Cancer. So I hope you enjoyed. This is all I have for you. And if you did enjoy, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. I do work with private consultations. I work with both astrological readings and tarot readings, and my website is linked in the description box, so you can take a look in there as well if you want to. So I'll see you next time, Cancer. Take care. Bye bye.